Hello, everyone. Today we are going to learn English through a story. The Adventure of Tim and the Talking Tree. Part 1. Tim's Boring Summer. Tim was a 10-year-old boy who lived in a small town. He had just started his summer vacation. Usually, kids love summer because it's fun and they can play all day. But not Tim. This summer felt different. His best friend Jake had moved to a different city, and Tim didn't know what to do without him. I wish something exciting would happen, Tim said to himself as he sat under a big oak tree in his backyard. The sun was shining and birds were singing, but Tim didn't feel happy. Suddenly, Tim heard a soft whisper. "Why so sad, young one?" Tim jumped up and looked around. There was no one there. "Who said that?" he asked, confused. "It's me, the tree you're sitting under," the voice answered. Tim's eyes grew wide. He had never heard of a talking tree before. Part 2. The Talking Tree. "Wait a minute, trees can't talk," Tim said, still in shock. The big oak tree shook its leaves gently, like it was laughing. "Most trees don't talk to humans, but I'm different. My name is Oakley. I've been around for hundreds of years and have seen many things." Tim's boredom quickly turned into excitement. "Wow, you can talk? What else can you do?" he asked, feeling curious. "Well," Oakley said with a wise voice, "I can tell stories, and I can take you on an adventure. Would you like that?" Tim's heart raced. An adventure? Of course. What kind of adventure? Oakley's branches moved like arms, pointing to the sky. "I can take you to a magical forest where animals talk and everything is full of wonder. But first, you have to believe in magic." Tim wasn't sure if he believed in magic, but he wanted to. "I believe. Let's go," he said eagerly. Part 3. The Magical Forest. Suddenly, everything around Tim began to change. The backyard disappeared, and he found himself standing in the middle of a bright, colorful forest. The trees were taller than any Tim had ever seen, and their leaves sparkled like they were made of diamonds. Birds flew by, singing beautiful songs, and the air smelled like flowers. "Welcome to the magical forest," Oakley said, now standing tall next to Tim. "Here, everything is alive and full of magic." Tim's eyes were wide with wonder. "This place is amazing." As they walked through the forest, Tim saw many strange and wonderful things. A group of rabbits was having a tea party, chatting and laughing just like people. A deer walked by wearing glasses and reading a book. Even the clouds in the sky seemed to be smiling. "This is the best adventure ever," Tim shouted. Part 4. Meeting New Friends. As they explored the forest, Tim and Oakley came across a group of animals gathered around a large, glowing rock. "What's happening over there?" Tim asked. Oakley smiled. "Let's go find out." When they reached the group, a friendly fox with a shiny red coat walked up to them. "Hello, my name is Felix. Welcome to the heart of the magical forest." Tim introduced himself, and Felix explained that the glowing rock was a special magic stone that helped protect the forest. "But lately, something strange has been happening," Felix said. "The magic stone is losing its glow, and we don't know why." Tim felt a rush of excitement. "Maybe I can help," he said. "What do we need to do?" Felix looked thoughtful. "We need to find the guardian of the forest. He knows everything about magic, but he lives deep in the enchanted woods, and the path is dangerous." Tim's eyes lit up. "I'm not afraid. Let's go find him." Part 5. The journey begins. Felix, Tim, and Oakley set off on their journey to find the guardian of the forest. As they walked, the forest became darker and more mysterious. The trees were taller, and strange noises echoed in the distance. "Stay close," Oakley said. "The enchanted woods can be tricky. Sometimes things are not what they seem." Tim stayed close to Oakley and Felix, feeling both nervous and excited. Suddenly, they heard a loud growl. A giant wolf appeared from behind the trees, its eyes glowing bright yellow. "Who dares to enter the enchanted woods?" the wolf growled. Tim's heart raced, but he stood tall. "We're here to find the guardian of the forest. We need his help to save the magic stone." The wolf looked at Tim for a long moment. Then, to Tim's surprise, the wolf smiled. "Very brave, young one. The guardian is deep in the forest. I will show you the way." Part 6. Finding the Guardian. With the wolf leading them, Tim and his friends walked deeper into the woods. After what felt like hours, they reached a clearing where a small, cozy cabin stood. Outside the cabin, an old owl sat on a wooden bench, reading a large book. "Is that the guardian?" Tim asked. "Yes," the wolf said, bowing his head. "That is the guardian of the forest." Tim walked up to the owl and cleared his throat. "Excuse me, are you the guardian? We need your help to save the magic stone." The old owl looked up from his book and adjusted his glasses. Part 7. The forest is saved, with the riddle solved. A bright light filled the forest. The magic stone glowed stronger than ever, and the forest came alive with joy. Birds sang louder, flowers bloomed brighter, and all the animals cheered. "You did it, Tim," Felix said, wagging his tail happily. Tim couldn't believe it. He had helped save the magical forest. "This is the best adventure of my life." Oakley smiled down at him. "You showed great courage and wisdom, Tim. Remember, magic is everywhere, if you believe in it." Part 8. Back home, suddenly everything began to change again. The bright forest faded, and Tim found himself back in his backyard, sitting under Oakley's branches. The sun was setting, and the birds were singing softly. "Was it all a dream?" Tim asked, looking up at Oakley. Oakley's leaves rustled in the wind. "Maybe it was, or maybe you just had your first magical adventure. Either way, I think you've learned something important today." Tim smiled. He had learned that even the most boring days could become exciting if he opened his heart to adventure. And who knows? Maybe there were more magical adventures waiting for him. As Tim went inside his house, he couldn't stop thinking about the magical forest, Felix the fox, and the riddle of the magic stone. He knew that no matter what happened next, he was always ready for another adventure. The end. The end. Moral of the story: adventure can find you when you least expect it. Magic is everywhere if you believe in it. Curiosity and bravery can lead to great things.